Hi, Scott here. Hope you're well. Okay, so the market's had some big moves yesterday, and that means we now have a huge amount of pip snatchers. If you like your pip snatchers, you're going to love today's setups. Hopefully they'll come in. Of course, we have to wait for the pullbacks first, but definitely a lot of pip snatchers to look at. And I think there's only one other one, which is a different strategy. So anyway, let's get stuck in, and I'll show you what I've got. I'll go through these pretty quickly because there's a lot to go through, and of course they're all pretty similar. Right, starting at the top on Aussie CAD. So you can see a very strong move yesterday. I think this is down to CAD weakness. A few CAD pairs doing a similar move, but we are hitting this strong trend line from quite a long way back. So a bit of caution there. This might not be your favorite because of that reason. So we go to the 1 hour chart and have a look. And as you see, a very big, strong move. And if it pulls back now, there could be a nice pip snatcher onto the old highs. I wouldn't want to take it any further than that. So this is one good possible pip snatcher. 1 hour 50 is not too far behind. If it comes back in another 5 or 6 hours, that could be a nice little pippy. All right, Aussie dollar. Again, a big move up yesterday. And again, we're nearing this the old highs. So Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibly. So we don't want to play it further than those highs. So again, pip snatcher. As you can see, the MACD in most of these cases is going to be very much in our favor because of the huge move. Big move, so big MACD. Chance for MACD divergence is pretty small. We'll have a look as we go through them. But so Aussie dollar, another nice looking one. CAD Swiss. This time a big move down. Again, it's that CAD, it seems. We've gone just below these lows, so we don't want to push it too much further, but below that is pretty much nothing, no resistance levels in our way, unless we get back to February this year. So whether possible, and again we can see it's if you get a nice pullback. 1 hour 50 is not too far behind to get a pullback, even retesting this level here, which was support for the recent bullish action, and then it's broken back down below that, and that will now act as resistance. So there's a good chance of that. A good looking trade as well. CAD yen, another CAD. This is a pretty strong level, mainly from recent times, but also it does go back in December 2014. But pretty strong from recently, but we've kind of just poked down below it. And looking at the 1 hour chart, we can see couldn't get through the 4 hour 50, finally rejected it strongly. Once it got to the 1 hour 50, it was just a very strong move down. There's no CAD news yesterday that I'm aware of. Anyway, so that's another good pullback for a pip snatcher. Again, the 1 hour 50 will hopefully catch up in time. Euro CAD. This time we've actually broken to like above the recent highs, which is good, but I did notice that there's a strong level here from way back. So go back to your due diligence, see if you're happy with that or not happy with that level, trying to push through that level. But the actual lower time frames do look very nice. We're broken through these highs, and now we're coming back to retest them for the entry for another pip snatcher. Euro pound. Looking bearish today after yesterday's action, pulling away from the daily 50, maybe down to the recent lows. This is quite a strong support level, SR level. Yeah, very strong actually looking back. So we want to go below the recent lows, but it could be looking for a good pip snatcher today. And there's probably a nice little, is there a trend line there? Maybe there's a trend line there as well. Which might even go back further. No, not really. So there's another trend line there. What's this one here? No, not really. There's a trend line there. Okay. Yeah. Right, so the pitch lecture there. Look if that was up later on. 1hour50 is looking quite nice. Euro Kiwi. Yeah, Kiwi is looking bearish. Finally rejected the daily 50 very strongly. Got through this level here, which is quite a strong support level. And now we're looking for some more bearish action today. Trend line in play, quite a nice one. And MACD is not looking the best because we had some Kiwi news yesterday morning. But it's still okay. We had, yes, it's higher than this low here, but we've had a reset. It's gone below, above the 0 line and back down below it again. So it kind of resets the MACD. And now we're getting lower lows. So it's kind of okay for pitch action, and the trend line should help support it as well. So it looks okay. Euro dollar. Didn't quite pull back to the 2050 zone, and it's now hitting this level here, which seems to be a reasonable SR level. So this probably isn't one of the favourites, but as a pitch action, a lower time frame does look pretty good, and you can trade to these above these highs, I'd suggest. But I've probably got my secondaries. A few of them you could probably. There's a lot of choice, right? So just choose which ones meet your criteria the best and look like the best chance of playing out. Pound CAD, bullish day, broken up above this support line, resistance line. Now should act as support. Looking bullish for today. So after the pound news last night, and again it falls back to the pivot. A nice pitch lecture, 1hour50 catching up. That could be a nice one as well. Pound dollar. Broken through this level. Should now act as some kind of support. It's looking good, and pitch lecture looking good for here as well. 1hour50's got some catching up to do. About another 5-6 hours. Hopefully that'll catch up. Pull back for retest. There's your pitch lecture. Kiwi CAD. Very bullish day yesterday. It's hit this level, which I've seen seems to be pretty strong. We've got acting as resistance there, and here, and here, and here. So it's a pretty strong level. Maybe don't want to trade through this level, although it's a very bullish day yesterday because of that news. So probably because of the level, put it on secondary. Kiwi dollar. And another bullish day, breaking through this resistance level, which is pretty strong. Just poked up above it. Hoping to get some more bullish action today. And if it pulls back to a pivot, we can get a nice pitch lecture long with this very strong level here. It's rejected many times, finally broken, and that will act as some kind of support there. And we've even probably got a trend line here as well somewhere. So that one looks pretty good. Dollar CAD. All right, this one's another pitch lecture. Hooray! Now here we've got. We looked at this yesterday as a possible CBO, which was looking good for a while, and then it decided to come back up, retest the daily 20. But wipe out everyone's stops. He was taking it pretty close, and then it did break down. So today, I suggest we have an opportunity for a discretionary CBO short discretion, because we've already had one, but it has kind of pulled way back above it and broken through again. So I can adjust that. We'll see how this one plays out later. Dollar CAD another 6-8 hours before that will set up, but that could pull back for another CBO, and you can play it down to these lows or even down to the recent daily lows. So plenty of potential on that one. That's a good one. I like that one a lot. Dollar Swiss. Where's my fibs on this dollar CAD? So I'll double check the fibs. Oh, so I use these fibs. I've used the fib now from that high test from yesterday. that seems fair enough to me. That's a good one. Yeah, okay. Dollar Swiss. The dollar Swiss we looked at yesterday as well, and that one did play out very nicely. But we're now hitting this level here, which is pretty strong, right? We've got resistance there, support there, support there. So we're almost at that level again. So if you got into the ACBB yesterday at the 1 hour 50, that'd be a nice entry, and you'd be running way in profit now. That'd be a lovely little trade. Putting it back for a pip snatcher, that's all we have room for. Here's a pip snatcher. ACBB, you could probably squeeze in there, but I'll just keep it clean, go for pip snatcher there. Look at dollar yen. And another bearish day yesterday, pretty much this level. This is pretty strong, and we're looking to go to lows. So I guess there'll be another pip snatcher on. There we go. And that can tighten up a bit, can't it? So there's a pip snatcher possibility for dollar yen after a big move down yesterday, and everything else looks good. So that's another one to add to your list of pip snatchers. As I said, there's plenty to choose from. So which one sets up the best and has the least negatives in its way, like testing recent support or resistance. So looking to the ones that may play out later today, Aussie Kiwi, we've been waiting forever for this to pull back, and it still hasn't. Kind of a MACD is kind of recharged itself and has a bit of a lower low yesterday, but it's looking pretty weak now, and it looks like it's about to pop above the 1 hour 50. Plenty of deceleration, I think. Let's look at the daily. It's been kind of decelerating for a few days now. Not the cleanest, but that's Aussie Kiwi for you. If that pops above, that could be an IBO long. Pound Aussie. Couldn't get through this level despite the good pound news yesterday. So that's probably looking good for a short today. This trend line has been broken and rejected again. So it's now acting as resistance. The MACD is showing a divergence, although we do have a kind of reset here. So just click the 0 line. The low test yesterday before the news, but the way it's pulled back, it's looking pretty bearish. Maybe setting up for an IBO short later today. Last one, pound yen. Again, this level holding strong despite the good news yesterday. It's slightly bullish, but not much. Here we've got this trend line we need to break. That's just waiting for that trend line to break before entering the trade. So when this breaks the 1 hour 50, pulls down for an IBO short, it might even hit the 4 hour 50 on its way. Pull back, IBOC short down to day 20, daily 50. That could be playing out later. Okay. So there we go. I hope you like your pip snatchers. Plenty to choose from. Just choose the best. Good luck in the markets, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.